It's been a while since I did a trapping video, so today I'm going to show you two different ways to set a cage trap for squirrels particularly. I've got two different models of Havahart traps here. I highly recommend Havahart brand cage traps. They're some of the best there are on the market. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're really good and sensitive, and they're well made. This one right here is an older style, just a basic trap, and then this one right here is a fairly new model they've come out with recently. It's an easy set model. I prefer the older style, but these do work well also. So obviously you'll need your trap. You're going to need some kind of bait. Corn is a good bait for squirrels. Birdseed is a good bait. Peanut butter is probably the best bait, but I don't normally use that in the summertime when the bugs are out because it just gets covered in ants. You can also use peanuts. Those are pretty expensive, but they do work well. You're going to need a couple of small dishes like this to put your bait in the trap. You can just sprinkle it over the trap and inside on the ground and stuff, but it does entice them more having a little pile of bait in there in the back. Yeah, I think that's about it for this part. Just showing you the traps here. So let's get on to actually setting them out. This is the easy set Havahart trap. Now this one's better to use for this particular style of set. I've got a spot right here where the squirrels they knocked my bird feeder down and a bunch of seed spilled on the ground, so I'm going to use that in my advantage, and I'm just going to put the trap right on top of all those seeds and set it. Like I said, this trap's super simple to set. You just you know, push it over like that and the trap is set. Now there's seeds scattered all around this, and as the squirrels and the birds and whatnot eat away at the seed around it, then the only seed that'll be left will be in there, and they'll go in there to it. It's important when you get a new trap to put it outside and let it get rained on, let it take on the smells of the grass and stuff, because you get a trap that's shiny and brand new from the store, it's not nearly as effective as a trap that's kind of weathered and it's got some natural smells on it. And once you catch an animal in it and it gets that smell on there, it's even better. But yeah, this is just a basic ground set. You know, find an area where you know the squirrels are at, and pretty easy. Just put it on the ground. Squirrels will, they don't follow the walls and stuff like rats and mice do. They, wander around all on the ground, and put it close to the bottom of a tree. That's a good thing. You want it somewhat close to structure so they feel safe, going around. Don't put it right out in the middle of your yard. You still could catch squirrels, but you want it near. I've got it right next to this shed and all. They climb all over the shed, and they've been really tearing up my stuff in my shed, tearing into my feed bins and tearing up my bird feeders. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to set some live traps out and show how I do it, and hopefully we'll catch something and I can show you that. But now we're going to go on to the next set, the tree set. So this method is a little bit trickier to do than the other one, of course, but we're putting the trap on the side of a tree trunk. Now this big box elder tree here in my backyard, I see a lot of squirrels on it. They use it to get throughout the yard and up on top of the building and stuff like that. So I've put a little bowl of bait here in the back of it, and I've got it just kind of sitting right now in the crotch of this tree, and I've got a bungee cord attached, and I'm just gonna, this is kind of a big bungee cord. what I'm trying to do is get this trap as steady as I can, kind of get it wedged down in here so it's fairly secure, because squirrels go in it and they feel that it's unsecure. It's gonna kind of make them timid and hesitant to go in it. So like that, it's pretty secure. And now we're going to set the trap. On this side, this trap has actually gotten bent at some point, so it's not exactly ideal. But and the squirrel will go down in there, and when he hits the trigger, it'll go off. And something else I'm going to show you here. You can see that trigger, where it's hooked onto that door right there, is just barely hooked on. And you want it like that, because if you hook it all the way on there, it's not going to be as sensitive. And you want your trap to be as sensitive as it can be. So anyway, there's the tree set. As you can see here, we've got a squirrel in our ground set trap, and he's jumping around quite a bit, but he's got a pretty bad wolf on his side. A parasitic worm bores under the skin. A lot of people won't eat squirrels when they've got that wolf in them. It's really not an issue. It's not harmful to you if you want to eat the squirrel. I personally don't eat squirrels anyway. I always give them to my dogs. But this one's going to get a pass today because I'm walking out the door, leaving. So I'm just going to let him go. And whenever you release an animal, obviously you want to make sure you don't stick your fingers in the trap. They will bite you. That's what I like about the Havahart traps. So they got this metal plate that prevents the animal from getting to you. But this trap's super simple. You just open it, let them go. So it's been a few days, and I haven't caught anything in this trap here that was on the side of the tree. I think there's a few different reasons why I probably haven't caught any in this one. Mainly is because the bird feeder is right here, and all the seed that gets scattered on the ground from the bird feeder. And I've also been scattering some scratch feed out on the ground as well. So I think they've just been going to that more. Like I said, I caught the other squirrel over there in the other trap, and they may not be using this tree as much as I thought they were to travel. But I think one thing you could do if you're wanting to set the trap like this would be to use peanuts and actually take some bread ties or something and attach a few peanuts to the bottom of the wire, and of course then have you a good pile of peanuts in the back of it. And I think that would be more effective if you did that.